Oh boy, this is a weird one. On January 20th, 1920, Federico Fellini was born. He would proceed to live one of the most influential filmmaking lives in Italian or even world cinema history before passing away in 1993 on Halloween itself. With certain films of his being noted as the greatest of all time, he certainly had a unique version, style of direction, combining fantasy and reality seamlessly, if not with the additional elements of completely strange and bizarre imagery. On December 18th, 1973 came Amarcord, translated as I Remember, a film I can safely say is definitely one of the strangest and different movies I have ever seen in my entire life. With its self-deprecating humour, semi-biographical elements of Fellini's own lifestyle, graphic visuals, bizarre characters, confusing timeline and rather hard to follow plot, it definitely is an original and one-of-a-kind piece that is worth looking at. As strange as the film is, you can't help but enjoy the scenery, and most of it genuinely looks like an amazingly set up, strange music video. This picture would ultimately end up being Fellini's last major commercial success, as it managed to scoop up an Academy Award for the best foreign film that year. So the main focus of the quote-unquote story is situated around a mid-teen named Tita, who looks like he just came out of Leonardo DiCaprio's ballsack, who grows up in the 1930s in Italy with a very dysfunctional family. I'm sure having Adolf Hitler as a father has something to do with it. So Tita also has his adolescent brother, his mother who is always on his side and supports him in any way she can, his freeloading uncle who I think maybe possibly wants a woman.
I want a woman! I want a woman! I want a woman!
His grandfather who wants to pork the maid. There's also Grandisca, the town beauty who everybody wants to shag, but she's out of the league and it'll never happen. Volpina, the prostitute. Giudizio, the historian. A blind accordionist, and a very busty tobacconist. And if that doesn't sound like a soap opera, I don't know what does. With all of these characters, you probably expect a very definitive storyline, but there genuinely isn't. The concept of the picture is that it is a year in a small northern Italian coastal town in the 1930s. The movie is pretty much vignettes of random events taking place over the course of those 12 months, each one having little to do with the previous. It's hard to describe what the viewing experience is actually like without watching it yourself. It truly is a bizarre time, but I'm glad I subjected myself to it. There's a lot of immaturity in it in regards to school life, and being a giant child, I couldn't help but chuckle to myself at the toilet humour.
An elephant testicle, sir. Bobo got a real stinker.
Tita, obviously going through adolescence, struggles through changes in his sexuality and new urges, but some of these are just weird.
I got Jean Harlow. I got S'il vous plaît. I got Brexit. You in the tobacco shop.
I mean, who hasn't had a bash with all of their mates around? Tita, although going through what all guys go through, comes across as beyond creepy in this. I mean, just listen to some of this.
If I tell you that I touch myself, you'll snitch on me to Dad. Don't tell me you never touch yourself. How can you help it when you see the owner of the tobacco shop stacked like that? I know, what about the math teacher that looks like a tiger? Good God, how can you not touch yourself when she looks at you like that?
He eventually ends up having his way with the tobacconist, but it's just weird. As if anything in this film isn't. She randomly gets her boobs out, shoves them in his face, and then when he starts to suffocate at the sheer size of them, she puts them away and kicks him out like nothing happened. Well, there's a sentence I didn't think I'd hear today. The most entertaining character is his father by far. He just has random outbursts of anger and rage, and you can't help but laugh at how ridiculously over the top it is.
But you should have seen the way the Comanches did their bows and arrows. They were knocking them off one by one. It was...
I didn't kill you without it! If the one who's fighting, bunch of no good sons of
I mean, even check out his mom's eyes when she flips out. She's not human.
99% of our citizens are already subscribed to our cause.
And I can't even get people to subscribe to my YouTube channel. This face is beyond terrifying and will probably haunt my goddamn dreams tonight. Thanks, Fellini.
And fascist daughter Alina Codini.
This reaction is 100% accurate.
It's snowing! It's snowing! It's snowing! Come on, let's get out of here!
At least in England. Towards the end, we find out that Tita's aunt has passed away. Tragic news, but the kid delivers it just so casually.
Aunt Miranda died.
She was also torn apart by bears, and then they defecated all over her corpse. Despite the frequent "what the hell am I watching" sensation, it's a fascinating watch, and I really do mean that. The fog here gives a really eerie feeling, and it's lit so well. The exterior scenes have a pastel-like filter to them, and it's truly mesmerizing. It's really beautiful to look at, and the cinematography is incredible, backed up by the brilliant musical score. As weird and strange as the movie may be, it lives up to the title by being incredibly memorable. You can't stop looking at it, and I definitely recommend the piece.